don't even matter how long I'm gone. Been on, I've been on. Anyway, life's great, can't complain, but this industry's enough to drive them insane. When niggas get to moving different, that's when it raises suspicion. When it catch your attention, when they pushing your limits, listen. You just play the hand that you dealt, and you just hope and pray to God that you don't lose nobody else. And you just hope they stay the same while you increasing all your wealth. With recognition to God, you made a name for yourself. But
Hey y'all, hey y'all. Hey Chrissy. Y'all, I am late because Jackson just scared the mess out of me. Hey Sylvia. Hey Cece. Hey y'all. Oh, y'all all coming through. Y'all coming through. He just scared the mess out of me, y'all. I was feeding him some baby food, right? And like he was eating it so fast, and then he like I think it got like stuck and it started coming out his nose and his out his nose and his mouth, and it was like he couldn't breathe. And I was like, oh my God. And I'm like, I know you're not supposed to hit the babies on the back. And so like I was like lifting his arms up, y'all. I was in here panicking. Like I was trying to set up the live and I was holding him, and all of this was happening at the same time. Like I was just like, girl, well, you want to come up here and come live with me? Because I ain't got nothing to talk about today anyway. Girl, it scared the mess out of me. I almost was like, I'm about to just not go live. I was like, it's crazy you said that, because I was like, I'm about to go see if somebody else is live and just not go live tonight. Because I don't know, I've been like thinking about not going live every night. And I know some people have looking forward to it. That's why I do keep on doing it, because I do like it. But girl, like that scared the mess out of me. I didn't know what was going on. Because like I haven't figured it out, but have you figured out how to share it from mine to your feed, like so that it's like you're live at the same time? I still haven't looked at. I've been so busy trying to do stuff, y'all. But I can throw the link out there if y'all wanna come up, because I don't really got nothing to talk about. I'm gonna just throw it in the chat, and then I'll just delete out the chat when it's done. I don't know what to. Oh, I missed it, girl. Yeah, I was sitting here just like, oh my God. And then I was scared to let him go to sleep because he was sleepy. And then like I was I'm supposed to be at the gym, but I decided to take a cheat day. Listen, I didn't take a cheat month. we ain't we ain't even gonna talk about it, because but we gonna talk about it. Okay. So I was I was like, okay, Ashley, you're gonna get back on track. Cause the first week I took off because I heard no, what did I say? The first week, I don't know why I didn't do it the first week. Something was going on the first week why I didn't do it. That happens sometimes, CC. Right. Um, Something happened, and then the second week I went to PA. And then when I came back that week, I was on my cycle, and I don't work out when I'm on my cycle because I'd be like in pain, like I'd be in pain. And then I was like, okay, well, this fourth week, I'm just gonna get it together. I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna make it do what it do. Baby, I didn't got depressed. I was I didn't got depressed, and I've been eating snacks. I got some Twizzlers and some cookies in the bed with me right now. Like then I was like, listen. Then I was like, oh, I'll work out. I'll just work out, and I was like, dang, I was supposed to do 16 workouts this month. I ain't did one of them. I ain't, I ain't did one of them. And I was like, okay, well, I was like, if I do two a days, I can still hit my goal for October. Girl, I ain't even doing one of days. So who's about to be in here doing two of days? I was in here. I was in here lying to myself. Delusional. I was in here snacking. Listen. I've been snacking and attacking the snacks. Like I'm telling you, when I get emotional, I start eating. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I was like, I don't even want to step on the scale, but I know I gained some of the weight that I lost back. But it's okay, because I was like, you know what? One day it's gonna click. I ain't even gonna say it's gonna start November. It might be this week. I'm going to get back on it. It's just I'm telling you, something has made my mood funky. It's crazy because I was in such a great mood. I was so looking forward, positive, and I just been in a mood. Like I've been in such a mood. And then guess who Michael texted me today. And I was just like, he kept trying to get me. He started calling me, y'all. He was calling me. Like, why are you calling me? It's freaked me out. I was exercising and stopped and my kids arguing, so they must have flow. Yo, it's been and that the kid then that's what happened this week. The kids got sick. I wasn't sleeping. Girl, I was fighting to take showers. It was just like, what is going on in life right now, y'all? Ethan started getting the bumps on the bumps on his little foot and everything. Right. I feel like what I have been doing though, one step at a time. We start dying next month. Listen, we gotta motivate each other, y'all. We gotta listen. We need a group. We need a group chat. Okay, we need a group chat because we need to stop. Stop it. That's how my sister when she's depressed. But me, I'm turning music when I'm depressed. Girl, I turn the music and eat snacks. What? What? Whose water is this, Eli? It's okay, baby. I had to get your medicine in you. Yep. Drink it down. Drink it down. That's yummy. You okay? Want some more? He don't even know I put the medicine in here, y'all. Because he went. Wait, he looked at me when I said that. He's probably like, I know something's up, Mom. But yeah, girl, I'll be dancing while eating snacks. Listen, it'd be a mess. I'll start next year because Thanksgiving and Christmas is new. It's never too late to start. See, people do that and they say like, because the holidays, but girl, Thanksgiving is a weekend. Maybe a week if you add the days for leftovers. That means you have all these weeks in there that you could have been doing good. So that way, even if you do eat wrong or mess up or take time off during the holiday, your body's going to jump back in it because your body's going to be programmed to burn, off those calories and stuff. Don't set yourself up for the same with Christmas. Christmas is that weekend. Like, oh no, Papa, because the baby sleep. I'm already talking loud enough for the both of us. Eli, can you come get Ethan and take him in the room? Right. Like that's why I said I had to retrain my mind. Because like when I fall off, I'll be like, oh, I'll start next month. And it'd be like 3 weeks. I don't know, Eli. We were playing it by ear because this morning you were supposed to go and you had a rash. So please take him in there. Plus y'all got germs and touching stuff in my room. Come on now. Come on. Let's be a team. Take the team germs into the other room though, because we team clean over here. Clear. Let's go, kids. Here, you want to take your water with you? I don't have any snacks. You want some more water? Here. Did he eat his chicken nuggets? Well, go eat your chicken nuggets. Here's your water that he's took. Thank you. Nice doing business with you. Oh no, he's trying to. No. But I'm greedy, period. So I love food. It's never gonna be a challenge for me to change my eating habits. Do it one thing at a time. And that's how it was with me. Like people think like I'm not a huge sweets person. I eat junk food when I'm like depressed. That's about it. But I love food. I love good food. Like that's how I gain my weight is food in a sedentary lifestyle. What's up? No. But you can still eat whatever. Right. And that's real. I can attest to that. Like when I just cut out like obvious things like and it's just portion control and just making sure that you're getting enough of what your body needs. You know what I mean? So like I didn't tell my body don't right. And yours is easy because you don't have to do a calorie deficit to lose weight. You just need to tone. So that's different. It's all about knowing your body and what it needs and what you're trying to achieve. So like that's really all it is. But I'm gonna get back to it. I just like I said, my mental been all over the place. I've been all over the place. I don't even know why. But what I have been doing, I have been what they texting me, school texting me. Dang, we got teacher things already. Um sorry y'all. Hey Joyce. Yeah, like so just something I forgot what I was gonna say. I forgot what I was talking about, y'all. That quickly. Oh yeah, but so Michael texted me today, and it was the strangest kind. He was calling me. I told you he was calling me. It was weird. Like, give me anxiety. Like, I didn't answer the phone. I was like, why are you calling me? Yes, I do good with fasting too, but like because I'm breastfeeding, I'm so scared to fast. The motto is if you want it bad, then you will go for it. Yep, same way I go for them snacks when I want when I want them snacks. Gobble gobble. um he was telling me that over there, because he's over there in Jordan, and I guess where they're at was one of the safe spaces, but with everything going on out there in Israel and the war, whatever they have going on, I try not to watch the news too much because like that stuff be hurting my soul. And then knowing, even though like what we went through, like, I still care for him. I don't want him to be jacked up. They're making them like they just issued out like protective vests and gear that they have to wear as they go, about their day and stuff. And I'm just like, that's really terrifying. And I'm just like, oh my God. He was like, yeah, we're taking precautions. And I'm just like, oh my God. Like, I don't want the man to die. Tone up as well and get rid of my back and belly fat. Yeah. Our babies. It's the babies that did it. But it is possible. But yeah, so like that was alarming. But even with that, I still didn't have anything to say. I still didn't have anything to say. I just was like, he's like, we're taking precautions. And then he was like, I'm going to send you some money in a few days. I got to transfer some money and stuff over. It makes it hard because I didn't have a hernia repair surgery. Oh yeah, you had said something about that before. That's like also with like, what is it, diastasis recti? Like, I know there are some exercises and stuff that you can do to help it, but ultimately it's like, I think in order to repair it fully, you have to have surgery to have those muscles that are messed up, especially if you have a cesarean, to get those fixed. Yeah. I don't want to have no more surgeries. I won't. I don't feel. That's why I tell people. I say I know I'm big, but I don't feel like I'm big enough to have weight loss surgery. Like I can do it myself, and if I cannot control my eating habits and create a healthy lifestyle where I'm a healthier me, it's not even so much about just taking all the weight off. But if I can't just be a healthier me, then I don't need to go have surgery because I'm not going to be a healthier me after that, and I don't want to be sick every day because I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. No, thank you. No, ma'am. It works for some people, but I tell people I'm not a good candidate for the surgery because I'm an emotional eater. And until I get my mental under control, there's no reason for me to go have no surgery because I'm still going to eat. I'm just going to make myself sick then. No thanks. And I'm busting them stitches and my stomach's going to grow back. No, thank you. Oh, yeah. I just see the live on my channel last time we was live. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, the thing's out there, y'all. If y'all want to, let me know if you need me to post it again if y'all want to come up. But, she said, I understand that he was a horrible partner, but he's still human. Girl, right, right. Like, I don't like, I'm at a place now, like, where I don't hate him. Yeah, he sucks and I don't really want to be friends, but, um, yeah, I don't want him to die. And he's still Jackson's dad. And so I was just like, just I hope you guys are staying safe. Cause like now, at first it was like, oh, they're fine. Wasn't nothing going to happen. But then, now they're making them wear protective gear. And I'm just like, how close are you to? And I said, then I'm like, well, shoot, if it gets too bad, they're gonna talk about sending y'all home. And I got 3 more months. I know, I know that's petty, but I'm just like, I got 3 more months. I need you to, because you're not coming here. Yeah. Oh my God. So I was just like, oh man. I said, whew, I'm gonna keep you in prayer. My friend Kwana did it from the muscle prepper food every day. Zumba. Kwana, why doesn't he sound familiar? Does she have an Instagram where she talks about her weight loss? She had these a second. That's all that she had done to it. to his body. Right, like no, and I don't even want to have skin removal. Even if I do have skin, I don't want to have skin removal. I don't want to have any surgery, any type of cosmetic surgery, unless it's like altering my like changing my like health where it's like you need to do this. I don't want to have any type of elective surgeries. After 3 C-sections, I don't want to have any elective surgeries. And that's why I don't like I'm a candidate for bariatric surgery and I don't want it because like I said, if I can't get my mind together, then I'm not and do it myself. A surgery is not going to make me do it. And again, that's me, nobody else. Because I know people that are successful about it, but it ain't for me. Jerica, no. To welcome her, they'll have you later. Ooh, girl, no. Jerica, I've been doing is it grow with JoJo? Go with JoJo? Go with grow with Joe. I think it's grow with Joe. Honey, her workouts was truth. And when I was doing her kettlebell workout, I saw a lot. That's when a lot of my weight was started dropping. Like she had like 10-minute kettlebell workouts and she had like 30-minute walking videos that like, girl, I was in here sweating. I'm serious though about like the whole situation with Michael. Like I just, cause that's part of what be having me stressed too. I was talking about that yesterday. I don't want to keep beating a dead horse, but I just been like really trying to stay positive. So I've been trying to watch I just been watching like vlogs and like trying to watch people that are in like better situations kind of than mine. Cause like it be making me sad when I watch sad stuff. You know what I mean? Yep, she had IG better from all social media platforms. Oh wow. I don't blame her. I've done it and you gotta do what's right for you. Um but yeah, so like oh no. I just been in a funk and I just been whew. I woke up this morning, I was like, I took a shower, everything. Y'all, why did I wake y'all I do an a fitness typo. I have typo tapes. I have so many workout videos. It don't make no sense. I follow another YouTuber named Jerica, and her workouts are pretty good, and her channel's amazing. That's what I think Joyce was talking about the same person. If y'all talking about the same person, and I also like, I think his name is Mr. London. He does good targeted workouts. Like that's the thing. That's how I feel. Like if you want to work out, there is a plethora of workouts on YouTube for the free. Like they have workouts for you to do in the gym, at home, with weights, without weights. Like, and that's just me. And because I have lost weight and gained weight, lost weight and gained weight, like I know that I can do it. So that's why I say like I'm not going to have a surgery because I'm not in a space where I need to have it. And like I said, mentally, it just isn't my thing. Her channel is Body for Days by Jerica. Okay, I'm gonna check that one out. But like I said, there's people that that's not their story, and shout out to them. And it's not taken away from it because I know there's people that they work out hard after having the surgery and they look good. I know 2 people in particular. Christine, you know, Jillian's cousin, Serena. Serena looks good. She put in the work. She had the surgery and she put in the work to, you know, take that weight down off her body. Cause I think she said she started at over like 400 pounds. And then my one friend, Lord Jesus, I can't think of nobody's name tonight. Lisa. I think Lisa was over 400 pounds too, and she had the surgery and she worked out hard and she lost all that weight, and now all she has to do is have skin removal surgery. I did a Mr. London challenge and lost. Yeah, Mr. London stuff be the truth, and I like it because it's simple and to the point. But honey, yes, Mr. London will have you whipped up in shape. Yes, there's something with slow for everywhere. Even though, yeah, TikTok. That's TikTok is where I found out about kettlebell workouts for after pregnancy to strengthen after cesareans to strengthen your core, and it was just marching with the kettlebell, and then like just doing circles to strengthen your core, and like man, it was working. I was like, okay, shout out TikTok, and that's when I went to YouTube to look for a little bit more targeted areas. Yeah, Serena lost my weight. Like I always tell her I'm proud of her. I remember when she first started out, I told her from the beginning, I was like, I'm so proud of you. I was like, you gonna do this, and she did it. She did it. because I believe her weight came from like medication and illness or something with her thyroid or something. It wasn't just, and that's why I be telling people be thinking that you got to be careful when you talk about people and their weight, because you don't know their story. Just because a person is fat and overweight, everybody didn't eat their weight up to that weight. There's literally, I know when I was on my first couple of psych meds made me gain mad weight. And that's why I came off a lot of them. I said, "Oh no. I'm like gaining weight over and I'm just what is happening?" Like I remember the one pill used to make me want to eat all the time like steroids. And then when I hurt my back and they put me on them steroids, when I say them steroids make you eat like your stomach has a hole in the bottom, like it's crazy. Like you have to be careful. Like everybody didn't gain weight just because they lazy and out of, they got medical issues, and it's unfortunate. That's why I came off of those psych meds, and that's when I started smoking weed. I don't recommend that for everybody, but I started dosing with, you know, Mary Jane, and so I could come off of those chemicals until I was better. And I did that until I was better. And I had lost mad weight because I started working out. And just from stopping that pill alone, I just started dropping weight. I'm telling you, I want to lose weight because it does put mad pressure on your knees. Girl, I'm trying to get rid of because I've been messed up taking my listen. I was thinking about that today with all my ups and downs, because y'all know I have a chemical imbalance, and that's part of why I have so many manic. I go manic because um I was clinically diagnosed originally as manic depressive disorder, but then now they have bipolar 2, which, bipolar 1, you have mania, bipolar 2, you have manic, where you have extremely low lows. And then when I went to, I'll be calling the head doctor, but I know they call like psych doctors and all that. But when they actually ran the labs, like I have an actual chemical imbalance that causes me to go into a depressive state. So like everything could be perfect around me, but like my mood will just drop, and there's nothing that has fixed it outside of just making sure I'm as balanced as possible. um and during those time periods, just kind of going through the motions of to build yourself back up out of it. So like that's why I tell people, like I'll be like, listen, I'm not depressed right now, but chemically my brain is shooting off that I am depressed, but I'm like, I'm not. And so that's why it's a fight. Like it really is a fight. I'm not polar. I was more PTSD. I was diagnosed with PTSD too from childhood trauma, and from being SA'd. So that's crazy to say that. My doctor told me that I have a chemical imbalance too. Yeah. Yeah. When they do the labs and they ran the testing and all of that, this hair is making my ear itch. It came back with that. So like it's just it's very low. It's extreme low lows, and it gets scary sometimes. Like now, since I have been dealing with mental health for like so long, it's like I can recognize my triggers. I can recognize when it's starting to happen. And so, I basically try to just keep myself in a safe space, and just do what I got to do to kind of let it pass through. And if it becomes too much, then, I do reach out. Like I know how to, protect myself and keep me and my kids safe. I got hit with a double M 3 years ago, which was much. Oh, I just had it all at the same time. That's a lot. And postpartum babies change your brain chemistry. So when they say prego brain and after baby brain, your brain chemistry really does change. Hey Tish. Hey Quincy. I'm definitely diagnosed with anxiety and depression. Yeah, I had generalized anxiety disorder. GAD for short. Y'all know the mental health terms. Why is he screaming? Shoot, they didn't realize so much that they only have to take a DSM quiz with. Well, the what is it? Is it DSM? The DSM is to help them get to a space to begin, but you really don't get it. That's why you get an initial diagnosis coming in the door based off of the survey. But then if you're in therapies and as you see the psychologists, um, they're looking at how you are going through your therapies and where the peaks and the valleys and the lows, and seeing what happens. They start to learn your triggers, the things, your history, um, to see these things. And then from there, that's when they start to recommend you go have testing and things like that. At least mine did. I know everybody's not as thorough, but at least mine did. So you can call me bipolar. I say mad because I didn't know the meaning until now. But then it went to schizophrenia and PTSD from the army. Yeah, and then that's the thing too. So many people don't know that people think PTSD, and I was one of them. I thought only like soldiers had them. I didn't know that you could get PTSD from some trauma. Like I didn't know from sexual assault that you can get PTSD. I didn't know from. Hey, Bubba, you okay? Not talking too loud. You feel better? You scared mama? There you go, honey buns. Yeah, I didn't know that you could get PTSD just from all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I had a psychiatrist and a therapist. Yeah, you really should have both, because typically, who you see for therapy isn't a psychologist, and they're the ones that do med management and stuff like that. That's where you've been. Oh, congratulations. How did that go? Oh, how exciting. Are you in the hospital now or are you home? What targets are is people staring at certain noises? Yeah, everybody has it could be sound. It's so wild because it could literally be sounds. It could be visual things, like for me, like not taking a shower is a trigger for me. Not sleeping. If there's too much clutter, like I can do organized clutter, but if it's like disarray, like it sends me off. It sets me off. Yes, congratulations. That's so exciting. Yeah, what did you end up naming her, if you don't mind sharing? But yeah, mental health is definitely um something that, isn't talked about enough. It's talked about more now, but it's not. And I remember even too when they try to put the bipolar 2 label on me. I was like, I'm not bipolar. I never even knew there was a bipolar 2. Child, I'm sitting there, I was like, I am not man. I'll not go and do all of this. And then when he had to literally he had to literally go and get the psychology DSM, the book, and open it up. You okay? Oh, then you gonna smile. Why you look at me all serious and then smile? You scared me. Don't be scaring mama like that. You your cute self. I'm about to call the ambulance. You know me, I'm dramatic. I have the same chains I blame my mother. Some of my stuff did come from my childhood stuff. I'm not accepting what they diagnosed. And you shouldn't. And don't take what I'm saying as if you should, because for me, like like it is what it is. Like everybody's different, and you know yourself better than anybody else knows you. Mine, I went searching for answers. I challenged everything that they said. I was like, no, 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 no. But what some people don't realize is that, like, also some things are hereditary. Like schizophrenia is in my family. Now, while that is not what I suffer with mentally, my older brother has schizophrenia. My uncle has schizophrenia. It literally is in your DNA as well. And if you're into Christianity and stuff, they call them spirits. They call them spirits. They call them all that. You find all of these people inside the Bible that have these different spirits. Whatever it is, it is. But whether you're in church or out of church or whatever you believe, it is something going on with the mind. The mind is the most powerful. The brain is the most powerful muscle. Like the mind is the most powerful thing. The mind, you literally can believe anything in your brain and make it be true. So like I always tell people, don't just sit there and accept what they tell you. Make sure, do your own research. Get a second opinion, third opinion, fourth opinion, whatever you need to do. Like everybody don't got to take medication. People can learn to manage without medication. Like it doesn't, like I tell people, say, yeah, I was against taking medicine, against it, until I tried to take my life. And I said, I have to be here for my son. So I got to do what I got to do to be here. And once I got stable, and when I started learning about mental health and my particular mental health and what was causing it and where all of this trauma and all of this stuff was coming from, and then finding out about chemical imbalances, that these are real things. It's not just, oh, she's sad, oh, she's having a bad day. Like, no, like my brain chemistry is really, going through some things, whether it be from hereditary or not. I was able to do research. I found holistic things. That's when I started taking ashwagandha. That's when I started taking magnesium. That's when I started making sure I had vitamin D, all of that. Like, there is holistic routes to go without having to take chemicals. That's when I started smoking weed and dosing myself. I wasn't like just recreational. I mean, sometimes, but I was dosing myself so that I could function. So I didn't have anxiety, that I wasn't depressed, that I was able to be present for my child. And that's what I did. So like, definitely, like, I didn't mean to go off on a rant or nothing like that, but people definitely need to do your own research and do what's best for you. It is not one size fits all for mental health. Everyone is different. Everyone is different. I used to cry when they would call me bipolar. They used to do that all the time. They used to say all kinds of stuff to this day. Like, I remember once when my family, I forget what was going on with my dad's side of the family or something. And they was like, oh, you're bipolar. Okay, and so are you. You about to get these bipolar hands, because what? I don't play about my family. Like, that's one thing I can say with me, that I'm very good at taking a negative and turning it into a positive when it comes to that. And I think because growing up being bullied by my own family, like, I wasn't really bullied too much in school, or when I didn't care too much in school because my family had already did a number on me. So by then I was like, whatever. But that taught me to take a negative and turn it into a positive. You ever taking pictures of yourself? I didn't want to take meds when they asked me. Yeah. At first I didn't. When I first started going to therapy, I did not. And then after, I tried to unalive myself, I was like, we gotta do what we gotta do to get up out of here. We gotta do what we gotta do to be stable. And I went through just about every medication under the sun. I said, not that one. That one makes me want to go. That one makes me so slowed down. I can't even, you won't have me in here. And that's one thing people think too. There is no one size fits all medication. The medication that actually worked for me the best was Black Label, and it wasn't even for mental health. They found in a study that it helped certain patients that had imbalances. And when I say this was the best medication, it made me like, I felt the best I ever felt in my life. Like, I actually felt like a human being functioning. It was so great. And you know what ended up happening? I had an allergic reaction to it. I almost died because my throat swelled up because I was allergic to it. It was a seizure medication that they found in a study that it helped people that had the issues that I had. Best medication that ever worked ever. And then when that didn't work, I got really depressed. Like, the medication journey made me depressed because I was like, okay, even medicine's not fixing me. And I said, I'm not going to have no shock treatment. So you can throw that to the wind. But hold on, I'm missing so many comments. I started to use them and it wasn't really doing nothing to me. So I stopped. Yeah. And you do, like, it does. I'm telling you, you can probably rattle off every medication under the sun for what my issues was, and I'm gonna tell you. And the one that was the worst for me was Buspardone. Baby, I will never in my life take that again. That and Abilify. Whoo, that medication was so strong. Jesus, Lord have mercy. I want us to stay on topic, but girl, we didn't really have a topic. I don't even know how we got to talk about mental health, but we just kind of went with it. Plus, I wasn't comfortable taking it when I was. Oh yeah, every time I was on medication, with before Ethan, and I stopped it abruptly. I don't take medication. I don't smoke. I don't drink when I'm pregnant. Like, knowingly. Let's just say that. Mental health is so important. Everything can't be prayed away without. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, do the what? Oh, it shouldn't be beside. Yeah, society the one to make us crazy, and they want to tell us how we supposed to respond to it. That's what my friend was on Abilify. And so as I was going through the different medications, they weren't working. They were like, let's try Abilify. Honey, no. Abilify made me not want to be here even more. Abilify had my heart and my brain racing. That's why I said everybody reacts like your chemical makeup is different. I said, my friend was like, it didn't do nothing for me. She was like, I felt just regular. Honey, they went and put her on Adderall and that worked for her. She was like, you know how people feel like this? She's like, yeah, I do have that, but it balances me out. I was like, girl, that's crazy because Adderall be having me want to clean my whole house and do something. But it has to be a certain dosage. Like some people are so sensitive to certain medications. Yeah, Abilify was no. And I was on Lexapro for the morning. I was on Lexapro. I did take Lexapro. Lexapro made my hair fall out when they titrated me up. Lexapro, they started me at 5, then I went to 10, then I went to 15. Then I went to 20. 20 was where I actually saw a difference with my mental health. Um, Lexapro had me losing weight because Lexapro suppressed my appetite so bad. I was so small when I was on Lexapro. But then when we went to 20, and was I on twice a day? My hair started falling out. I was unfortunately one of the ones that was a side effect. It's a very rare side effect, but I don't know. My hair is just sensitive to like medications and and sickness. Cause baby, COVID made my hair fall out. Pregnancy made my hair fall out. Girl, my hair was just falling out just to fall out. It's just like it was a plant. It was like it's time to fall out. Yeah, but Lexapro is a widely prescribed antidepressant. Trazodone really didn't do nothing for me. I ain't gonna sit here and hold you. The only sleeping medication that worked for me was Ambien, and they wouldn't prescribe Ambien again to me after I tried not to be here because that's what I took. Baby, them Ambiens will get you hot till you take enough of them. Honey, I was hallucinating. The bed was moving, everything. I was flying and everything. But and so that's when they switched me to Trazodone because Trazodone isn't actually necessarily a sleep medication. It works with your others to get you to that space. Like yeah, and then all the anxiety medications, yeah, like it just I went through. I'm telling you, I had a cabinet basket full of just medications that did not work. And then that's when I was like, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm done with the chemicals. I'm done because I started having I don't know what you guys ever heard of them, like lightning snaps, where some people get a permanent tick and they shake, but then some start to have like brain snaps, brain zaps, and I started having those, and I was just like, yeah, nah, I'm good. These chemicals can't be good for me, and that's when I started dosing myself with weed. Mm-hmm. Yep. Um, and then I didn't see all the medications for people that have schizophrenia because I have family members and stuff. So it's just like, and you know what's sad? I feel like for a lot of people that have schizophrenia, that's one of the harder ones, depending on the severity of it. I have tics sometimes. Yeah, depending on the severity of it, um, there really isn't a medication that fixes or helps. You know what I mean? A lot of the medications are kind of downers. They just kind of depress their mood. Um, and I always call it like the zombie like medications. Nothing really helps it, or if that makes sense. It's just kind of putting a band-aid on something because like when they try to get me to take lithium. I said, you done lost your mind. That's when I came up off of it. That's when I started dosing myself with weed. I started researching and looked up THC benefits. Um, they tried to give me lithium. I said, no, thank you. They're like, well, we don't have any other medications, and the one that worked. And I said, well, can't I just take some Benadryl and take the one that gave me allergic reaction? They were like, no, because you had like the life kind of altering ones. Like my throat swelled up, couldn't breathe. I got a whole rash all over I got a rash all over my body, y'all. Hold on real quick, y'all. It's my mom. Hey, mom. Are you online? Yeah.
Did you see something? I have to ask you this. Did you see something yellow on my stove that I sit my spoons and stuff on?
No.
It was a little yellow about this big. I used to have it,
Mm-mm.
and I used to sit my spoons, spatula, and everything on it.
I know what you're talking about, yeah, but I didn't see it.
It disappeared off my stove.
Oh, I didn't take it.
Well, I thought maybe Ted, either you
Then
had
what
it.
would the kids need, Mom, with a yellow stove thing?
Well, no, not the kids. I was talking
Oh.
about you when you were cooking. Maybe you moved it over, but I can't find it.
I just made some nuggets.
Then I asked Ted. He was in the kitchen yesterday. He might have threw it away by accident.
Oh,
Okay.
maybe. I'm not
All
sure.
right.
Look at his foot. Jackson's a mess. All right, Mommy.
Okay.
Okay, bye. Girl, she know I didn't take nothing out of her stove. Okay, where we at? Right, and I can witness that from my father. Yeah. My brother and my uncle, both of them, nothing ever. He walked in the house one day and didn't say anything to me and walked back out and drive off. And I was living. Never knew he had. Oh, yeah. Hey, Mama. Oh, I missed it, y'all. Listen, she has stopped. She has stopped calling for a while during live, and then now she didn't forgot and started back. But yeah, I really do feel for people that have schizophrenia, because even when I was in the mental hospital with them, like the one guy, he was like, "Yeah, it just got so bad. I wanted to stop the voices and stuff." He was like, he's like, "I started doing heroin," which I'm like, "Why would you think that that would work? That makes no sense." And how he got there was because he started running in traffic. He's like, "I was just playing in traffic." And I was like, "What do you mean playing?" He's like, "Yeah, I was just run on the street, like, see if I would get hit by a car, and then, like, run out." And they called the cops on me and brought me here. I was like, that wasn't the move, my dog. That wasn't the move. And then I even seen this one guy. He had depression so bad, he went and got shock treatment, and like he had the coolest personality. And when he went to have the shock treatment and came back, he wasn't the same, like, at all. And I was like, oh my God. Like, does that ever work for anybody? Because he was a whole different, like, his whole everything was different. And then there was this one guy who seemed completely, absolutely normal for about a week. And it was like day 7, the reason he was in there showed up. And I was like, you can go ahead and stay away from me. And then the one came in throwing trash cans. And I said, boy, baby, you let that trash can hit me. Do y'all know one thing about I don't think, did I ever talk about my experience at the psych hospital? I know I did the video where I had came on and told y'all when I disappeared for that time and told y'all what happened. I don't think I ever went into detail about what happened in the psych hospital. Child, them people, there was the girl, she had a baby doll that was a baby. Honey, she came and sat at my table one day and was like, she was like, why don't you like me? And I'm sitting there coloring, because that's all you could do in there was color. And then oh, excuse you. You feeling better? Because you scared me earlier. Honey, she was just like, why don't you like me? And then she put the doll down, y'all. She sat the baby down. So I guess I was babysitting. She sat the baby down and went and ran full speed into a wall. I was like, I've got to get out of here. This is not okay. And that's one thing I believe that, like, I know there's a shortage for like mental health workers and stuff, but like I don't think that people that just suffer with like depression, and not depression without psychosis, because there's different ones, but if you're just depressed and have anxiety, I don't think that you should be housed with people that have severe mental disability. I don't know what to call it. Oh, with severe mental disorders, because that was traumatic within itself. Girl, I'm telling you, when she sat that baby, she had that baby. I didn't even realize she had a baby, y'all. Like, and I'm thinking, like, at first I thought it was real when I first saw her. And then when she got closer, she had the baby tucked. And I was like, oh, it's the dog. Okay. She, that's her comfort or whatever. My mother go out back with the Bible and be preaching. Girl, my aunt used to lock me in the room and start preaching. Why nobody told me don't go in there, I don't know. But one day she could draw. When I say she could draw her behind off, so I was like, Aunt Lisa, can I see some of your drawings? And girl, she had that podium in her room, closed the door, and would not let. She's like, sit down, and I was shook. I said, why did nobody? And my cousin and my brother walking by laughing. I'm like, why didn't y'all tell me not to go in here? But I never want to talk bad. Yeah, me either. I don't let people talk bad about anybody that has any type of mental disorders or even homeless. I don't play like that. Girl, yeah. She had me babysitting. And then I'm telling you, she just got up calmly. She sat the baby down, got up calmly, and she went boom. And I was like, and nobody moved though. This is the part that don't make no sense, y'all. The workers just was like it was another day. I said, oh no. Do y'all know I was on that pay phone like I was in prison, y'all? I was on that pay, and the cord for the phone was about this long because I guess something has to happen. And there was a foam padding around all of it. So I'm sitting there. There was a line. My turn comes, and I was like, get me out of here. Get me out of here. But I had to be careful not to sound too crazy. I'm telling you, like, yo, you could do anything wrong, like any type of emotional outburst, which would have been normal in regular society. If you did it in there, they wouldn't sign off on your paper to let you out. That's how it ended up being in there 14 days. Also, they was running up my insurance because I said, ain't no way. Ain't no way the girl that didn't wash her behind for a whole week got released before I did. I said, who's not signing my paper? So you know what I did the second week? I was in music therapy, shaking the maracas, like, yeah, like I was like, coloring. Hey, miss, I made you a picture. Here you go. I was playing the game. When I realized it was a game to get up out of there, Ashley was chipper because I was getting mad at first. I was like, I wouldn't come out my room. I just stayed in there. I was like, this is dumb. Like, I'm ready to go home. I'll call my mom and them. Then they listen to your phone calls. Child. They listened to your phone calls. Then this boy came in there trying to do a prison break out of the mental hospital. I told him, I said, you ain't getting up out of here. He's in there like, yeah, meet me at the door. And I'm going to come down the door. I said, you are not getting out of here. First of all, you can't even take nobody because you know bigger than this. What is you even trying to do? When I say with so many characters in there, they make no sense. And then me and the one girl became friends. She was like, I come here. She said, when I just get a little bit too depressed, you know, it's like a little vacation. I said, my aunt does that too. And we was in there laughing and we had bonded. A couple of people I actually made friends with in there. I still am friends with to this day. But yeah, there was some people that were really, really, really jacked up. And I was like, Lord, get me up out of here. And then I got mad. What happened was I got mad because they let the girl with the baby doll, she had kids in real life. She had just had a baby and she had a little toddler. And so they let her have a visit with her son. So I went to the psychologist and I was like, hey, I asked the behavioral health therapist. I was like, how do you get a visit with your child? Because, you know, I have, at the time, Eli was 4. And I was like, yeah, because I saw such and such. She was in the hallway with the people. And they were like, yeah, well, we don't let them into the main visit because of all. And I said, that makes sense because these people in here, they're crazy. And something happened and I'm going to go to jail, not just to a psych ward. But they took the kids to, it was like the encased hallway where you couldn't get out, where like you come up, the visitors come up before you go behind the locked doors. And I was like, well, can I get a visit to my son? I haven't seen my son in a week. This is the first time I've ever been away from him. Honey, do you know that my psychologist was like, no, you can't see him? And said, and I said, because girly over there with the baby doll that just threw herself into a wall gets to see her babies. Please tell me why I can't see mine. He said, because we don't think that you would progress if you have visits from your son. So we feel like you not seeing him would push you to really, you know, really be here in the program. You guys know I snapped out that day. I went full on crazy. Which wasn't the smartest move, but I went full on crazy. I had 2 weeks for mental and behavioral the last week because I had high blood pressure and fell out, so I couldn't leave. Yeah, I was in the hospital for 4 days because after what I did, my vitals wasn't stabilized and they were scared I was gonna code and stuff. So I definitely can relate. It was a journey. Oh wow. Yeah, they only let visitors. My dad came up in there like I was in rehab. He was smuggling me Jolly Ranchers. I was like, Dad, I do not have a I do not have a drug problem. Why would you bring me Jolly Ranchers? He's like, I know you can't get no sweets in here. I was like, I know, but Jolly Ranchers, you could have brought me a peanut butter cup, something I actually eat. I was trying to get my brother to smuggle in markers. Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure she's still in here. She usually rocks out through the whole thing, but she just had a baby, so I don't know. Yeah, I'm going off on a tangent. I forgot if she wanted to talk about the baby. But yeah, that was definitely an experience being inside of there. And I went twice. The second time was not my fault, and my therapist was wrong for calling them people on me because I was just mad. I did not even wasn't even suicidal or nothing. But when I say my skin was the clearest it ever was, everything, because you didn't get no caffeine, you didn't get no sugar, you didn't have nothing. And then they had my diet plan messed up, and somewhere they had I'm lactose intolerant. Somebody put that I had an allergy. They didn't say to what. So like everybody's getting everything that they ordered on their menu. They would bring mine up and I would have this dry bland piece of chicken in water. I was like, by the third day, when I seen the man came up with the I said, you. And I know I looked straight on psycho. I was like, you here now. I literally did that. Yo, and he was like, yeah, he was so scared. I was like, why am I not getting any food? Everybody else is getting 2 cheeseburgers and all of this and big old black breakfast platters. He was like, what's your name? Let me check your thing. He's like, well, it says here you have an allergy. I said, I have lactose intolerant. I can't have milk. He was like, oh, well, no one ever said what it was. He said, we'll have it fixed. We'll have it fixed. Girl, it was more than 3 days. It was like a week and a half. It was like that because it was right before I left. They actually got my plate right because the day I was leaving, I started giving myself away like I was in prison. Yep, you lose mad weight. And then I had yeah, me too. Me too. Shoot, I was scared when I woke up and didn't know where I was at. Girl, and then I didn't tell him that I had a wig on. My mom called it my crazy wig. I didn't tell him I had a wig on because I was like, I'm not about to be in here with these set it off braids because I will not, shall not, cannot. Won't do it. I had everybody believing that lace front was mine. Yes, I did. Honey, I was washing it in the shower and everything. Coming out with wet hair and everything. You couldn't tell me that lace front wasn't growing out of my head. The nurse was like, your hair is so beautiful. I said, thank you. My mom has Indian in her family. I was not playing with them people. There was the girl that came in and thought she was Beyonce. She told the cops she was Beyonce and she wrapped the pillowcase around her head like a turban. Girl, it was a time in there. It was a time in there. Oh my gosh, I met so many very interesting people, and I tell you, you do not know anybody's story. Like people be having the most crazy experiences. I haven't heard it say. Yeah, I don't think I ever shared what went down in the psych ward. Like it got real life crazy. And then to the point where I didn't understand when I had first went in there, I've seen everybody walking around in their socks. And I was like, yeah, you won't never catch me doing that. You know, the hospital socks. Honey, by day 3, I understood why. You just stop caring. You just be like, I'm here. Let's just have the full-on crazy experience. We walk in the halls. There was nothing else to do but walk the halls. So I just started doing laps around the hall because there was nothing to do. The people started getting on your nerves. I'm walking around with no shoes on. And then y'all, why when the people would change shifts, the people would come in there and it was like they thought I worked there. Man, I should have broke out. I promise you I should have been like, yeah, I left my badge. Let me out. So many people came up to me. Yes, I did tell them I had Indian in my family. Y'all, the wig, I don't even know if I have any vlogs with this wig on. But I called it the crazy wig. My mom called it the crazy wig. It was pretty too. But yeah, they was asking me, they're like, yeah, well, when did you start? And I'm like, I am literally walking with no shoes on my feet. Ma'am, why are you asking me if I work here. But so many people thought I worked here. Even when they did my intake, the lady was like, she kept coming in and closing the door. She was like, I didn't know I was coming in to do your intake. She said, you look normal or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, we got to talking. I could truly say I never wanted to hurt myself, but I wanted to hurt others when I was young. That's not good, but that's good for that part, but it's not good. Hey, Brittany. Yeah, so it was a definite, like, a bunch of it was an interesting time. I'm telling you, I got from the therapy sessions to the one girl. I felt bad though. There was this girl, she was 19. I don't know what her story was. Because this girl, she went into a catatonic state and we all had to clear out the lunchroom. That's how they found her. She was driving and she pulled over on the side of the road and just blanked out. There was an accident. She just blanked out. And they brought her there and the officer was like, we have no, nothing. So we was in the lunchroom. She finally was talking. We were just in a group therapy session together and she started talking about it. But then I guess it was going too deep and she locked up. And then we went to lunch. Homegirl was eating and then just stopped moving. When I say she didn't blink, she didn't move. I ain't never seen nothing like that in real life. She was stuck in there for like an hour and a half. All you've seen was all the psychologists. Everybody went running to the lunchroom. They evacuated us and locked it. They was in there for an hour and a half. That girl did not move. She would not, didn't blink, was just like, and I was like, I've never seen anything like that. That's wild. Yeah, I understood. But yeah, like, she was only 19 years old. I don't know what was going on with her that caused her to go into a catatonic state like that. But apparently it wasn't the first time that it happened, and she was hospitalized before and then that. But a lot of people that were there, a lot of them that had really severe issues, they were so young. They were so young. They had been on medication for years. They had been in therapies for years. The one girl, she was like, yeah, she got arrested. She was for fighting. She was fighting her boyfriend and then she stole his car and then they took her to jail and then so she broke up the plastic forks and stuff and ate them so she could get out, and they took her to the psych ward. Like, girl, what? Like, I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna go to my room. I would just get up. For some reason, people were drawn to me in there and everybody wanted to come sit at the table and talk to me. And I would just be like, I'm trying to get up out of here. I don't want to talk to nobody because I know my temper. And if you say something crazy to me or do something, like there was this one dude, he was spitting on people. I said, if he spits on me, that's going to be the last person he spits on in life. I promise you. I promise you that. I'm going to be on the news. If that man spits on me, same with the little boy, the boy that was throwing the trash cans, everybody was scared of him. I said, you throw another trash can and let one of them trash cans you throw hit me, they're going to call the cops on this ward. I promise you. Because some of the people too, I did notice was like, they felt like because they were there, they could just do whatever. What she do then? What she do then? What she doing, Papa? That mommy baby. They would just do whatever because they could get away with it. And they had them people in there shook. But I said, listen, I come from the hood. We see crazy every day. Undiagnosed, unmedicated. Was raised by some of them. You play with me if you want to up in here, they're going to call the cops. Do not play with me like that. What you going around spitting on people? Ain't nothing wrong with you. And I'm telling you, some of them, all it took was somebody to set them straight and they would not bother. I didn't have no issues with none of them. Everybody was complaining. The one dude was, he kept cutting people in line. The one guy was like harassing all the young girls. I called him out on it too. I was like, you's a dirty, old, perverted, old, racist white man. Sorry, y'all. I'm not being like, what type of way, but he was. And he would like go up to the young girls and like would say nasty things to them, and they would follow them around. And I called him out one day and I was like, you're disgusting. He got so mad. He ripped his shirt off. I said, and because we can get it popping on visiting day, because I will have, don't play with me. Like, don't play with me. But he was ill. He was sickening. Like, he was disgusting. But he actually ended up wanting to be my friend towards the end. I think a lot of them, like I said, a lot of them were never treated like human beings. They were never treated normal by people, even to the fact where some people would treat you so delicate because they think you have mental health issues. So they treat you so delicate. And I can attest to that. Because when I got out, the way people tried to baby me was ridiculous. I said, y'all, I'm not about to go jump off a bridge. Do you know how much it took to get here? And to be absolutely honest, if I hadn't drank a pint of whiskey, a whole bottle of red wine, and took about 13 Ambien until I lost count, if those things hadn't happened in succession, had I not miscarried and been left alone to deal with it and didn't tell nobody, I probably wouldn't be here. Like, I've always been depressed. Like, I had suicidal ideation, but I never attempted like that. So, like, it's the way that people treat people fragile when they find out. So I think for me, when I would deal with some of them people, like, you ain't nothing different. You normal to me. Like, I grew up around this. You're not going to play with me like that. I think it was like giving them respect in a sense, because I didn't have no issues with none of them. All the people that people had issues with, they're like, yeah, be wise, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I ain't got no issues except for my roommate, y'all. I pray to God, I don't know what happened to her, because she was court ordered to be there. When I say, y'all, this second, she's the one that stole my underwears. The second night I was there, you know, the first night I couldn't sleep because I know what was going on. You got this plastic. It's not even a bed. It's like a thick plastic fake bed you lay on with this little thin mattress that's covered in plastic, and you got these hospital blankets, right? And so I'm turned, and then there was like these, they're not lockers, but they were like plastic shelves on the wall that like think you know, the kids tables that are made out of that plastic that little toddler tables are made out of. That's what the bed was made out of, and that's what the things on the wall were made out of. Nothing was detachable. There's nothing you could pick up and throw in the rooms. Nothing. Everything is very safety. So there's two beds, and so I'm faced towards the thing, and so I hear her talking, right? But it was like kind of incoherent. What is you doing, Papa? It's kind of incoherent, and I'm just like, okay. So then she was like, you dumb B, like the whole word. I ain't gonna curse on here, y'all. But she was like, you dumb B, you know, female dog. And I'm like, I'm laying there like, maybe she sleep talks. And she's like, yeah, talking to you. So I sat up, right? And what was her name? Barbara? Deborah? Barb? God, I can't remember her name. If I look at my journal, it wasn't Diana. It was something. We'll just say her name was Barb for the sake of the story. I have my journal from when I was in there. I could pull it out and know for sure. So I sit up and I'm like, are you okay? She don't say nothing. She's staring right at me. So I turned and I'm laying and I'm facing her like this. Like, because, okay, you just said I was a dumb bee and you was going to kill me. I will not have my back to you. Now, mind you, all the doors have to be cracked. You know, there's no door on the bathroom. It's a shower curtain Velcro thing because they need to be able to get in there and stuff like that. And you can't have the doors closed. And they do count every 15 minutes to make sure that you're still in your room. So I'm sitting there like, oh, man, she's thrilled. So she's like, yeah. She said, you got the devil in you. And I'm like, this can't be my life. Day 2, y'all. Day freaking 2. I have not slept. I am reeling from what happened. So I'm laying on the bed like I'm full on propped up like, okay, she get up off that bed. We're going to tussle in here because she didn't call me this. She didn't tell me I got Satan. She said she's going to kill me. Like, she's calling me all kinds of bees. Now, this went on for 3 nights. The third day, we were in group. She comes out of the room. She wasn't in the same. You were placed in groups according to what was going on with your mind, right? So then the third day, I promise you, I went to take a shower, and my mom and them had brought me clothes up there and everything because I snapped out. That's why I snapped out, because they took my bras because they had underwear in them. Even the soft bras they took. And I went up to the desk. I said, "Excuse me, all my bras were missing from my bag that my mom brought up here, and a couple of clothing items because you couldn't have shoestrings, you couldn't have bras." They were like, "Well, you have to earn your bra back." I said, "Excuse me." They were like, "Yeah, you got to check with the psychologist, and he'll see." I said, "Get him up here right now, because if you think I'm walking around here with these triple D's in front of men, because we're housed all together, it's men and women." You think I'm about to walk up in here swinging and banging in front of these men? You done lost your mind. So everyone's looking at me in the office. I said, "Get them up here now." I did not play with them people because I said, I might be a little sad, but I'm not crazy. I can't have a bra. And so they took me into a room and he's talking to me. He's like, "Well, we have to do an evaluation. You haven't been evaluated yet. And so like, we don't want you to do anything." I said, "What am I doing with a bra?" He was like, "Well, people," I said, no. I understand people do things and they hurt themselves. But I said, I'm 300 pounds. I don't even think I was 300 at the time. I think I was like 270, close, whatever. But I told him, I said, I'm 300 pounds. Ain't no bra that I got gonna hold me up to hang nothing. Okay? They barely holding up my tatas. And so the lady that was with him, she was trying hard not to laugh, but I was like, "Yo," I said, "Give me my bras." He said, okay. Well, can you just sign this? It's a waiver saying that you're not going to hurt yourself. I said, "Give me the paper." So I had to get my bras back. I got my bras back, y'all. They was jealous on the word because I was wondering why everybody was walking around with no bras on. I just thought they was tripping. They take your bras. But yeah, but anyway, the third day we was in the little class, she comes walking in with my panties, y'all, and was like here in front of everybody. And I was like, "Those aren't mine." Because I'm just like, why you got my drawers? And she's standing and she wouldn't like, and they was like bright pink or something like that. I knew they was mine. But I thought that my mom just didn't bring them because I thought I saw them. But when I went to take a shower and I came back to the room, my stuff wasn't there. And I was like, maybe I'm tripping, like maybe I'm tripping because I'm, it's a whole new process. Child, she took my panties and then tried to give them back to me during class. And so I was like, "I don't want them." And she was just like, "Here, I washed them and everything." "You washed them? You stole them. Why would you wash what is wrong with you?" And so finally, I just took them and then I just threw them in the trash because I was like, when she walked out, I threw them in the trash. And that's when I went and I said, "You know what?" They were asking me, they said, "Well, what's going on?" I said, "I need to move rooms or something because I can't sleep." They said, "Why aren't you sleeping?" I said, "Because my roommate keeps saying she's going to kill me in the middle of the night. And I don't think it's safe for me to go to sleep because I think she might really do it. She's thrown off." And then they started laughing. And they was like, "Who's your roommate?" And I told them, they was like, "Oh," they were like, "Oh yeah, okay, we'll switch your room out." So she got mad about that because she came up to me and was like, "You told him to switch your room?" I said, No. Now, mind you, this was a big black lady that was court ordered to be there for killing somebody in her family. Was I about to play with her? Absolutely not. So she used to compliment my clothes all the time. She was like, "You have real nice clothes." I said, "You want my sweater?" Listen, I was about to turn to a whole punk up in there. Like, "Ma'am, I don't want no play. When I found out that she stabbed her family member to death and was court ordered to be there because they didn't have a space for her in the psych jail, so she had to be there, I was like, "I don't want no play." Sisters throw it off. She didn't get no visitors or nothing. Like, I was not about to play with her. But she stole my panties, y'all. I was like, and when I went to leave, I was like, "Do you want?" I gave her some of my clothes when I went to leave, though, too. I did. Because I was just like, I felt bad for her because she was never getting out. Wherever she went, she was never getting out. And she didn't have no family. Her daughter wouldn't talk to her. Like, when I found out all of that, I was like, oh my God, like, sis is crazy. She like prison crazy. Yeah. But apparently she had a hard life though. Because when they were going over, and and that's the thing, stuff that's supposed to be private was not kept private in there. That happened a lot in Harrisburg. A lot of them people that work for them nursing places and stuff, they need to be charged because they would release people's information for nothing. But yeah, she was crazy. She was real crazy, y'all. Ow, why would you bite me? What? 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 Eli, why would you call me and not say nothing? Well, stop doing that because it sounded like he was calling me. No problem. I just went off on a tangent. That just made me remember all of that. So much happened in there. It was crazy. I don't even, to this day, I can't even believe I was going there. Well, I had no choice because I'm telling you, when I woke up, I'll check you out tonight. We gotta get ready for tomorrow. You have a great night, Ash. Oh, yeah, no problem. Listen, it's been an hour. I'm about to get off of here anyway because these kids need to go to sleep and I'm tired. This hand, foot, mouth, disease, virus, whatever they call it, it has me exhausted. Eli hasn't been able to go to school or nothing because he's been having hives all over the place, and I think it's starting to like run its course out because now I'm starting to see it's crazy, the little scabs, and I'm just like, ugh. I'm like, please, 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 please go somewhere. But yeah, I want to know about the baby. So, Tish, since it is an hour, and I have been trying to be strict about staying when it's not the weekend, getting up off of here. Maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Yeah, tomorrow's Wednesday. You can come talk about the baby. I want to know about baby girl. Yeah, because I didn't even realize it was 8 o'clock, y'all. I gotta get these kids in the bed because we have been so off of our schedule and it is wreaking havoc. And I gotta get up early because I gotta call my supervisor. Girl, I don't know. Eli never had in 9 years of life, I've never had to deal with hand, foot, mouth. And now I hear everybody talking about hand, foot, mouth. And it's not, and granted, I'm grateful that my what is beeping? Some, Eli, come here. Something just started beeping. Usually it comes from the daycares, but you know, where my son goes to school at, they have a program that little kids can go to. And I guess it started there and apparently it's spread amongst the siblings because it doesn't really, they say it doesn't really affect adults because I feel fine. I haven't had no bumps, rashes, nothing. I feel fine. But like 4 and under get hit the worst, but older kids can get it too, and it's supposed to be mild. So I'm grateful that they have it. And I've been trying to keep the baby away from everything. So thankfully, so far, y'all, fingers crossed, prayers up, that Jackson doesn't get it. But Ethan has it. He got the rash on the bottom of his feet and it's on his foot. Don't come in here scratching like a homeless crackhead. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's not funny. Stop. Because is it time to take Benadryl again? Go. You want to go wash your hands. I told you about scratching. No, I know you're scheduling for. Yeah, it's just we've had a very crazy week this week. But I said I'm grateful that they haven't been acting like they've been like super messed up about it. It's just these rashes and the first when they had the fevers, it was the worst. The worst first couple of days was the worst. You had a toddler with a fever, you had the older kid with a fever. Me and Jackson was fighting for our lives in here. Fighting for our lives. Something was beeping down in there, but your hands are dirty, so I don't want you touching my stuff. Go wash your hands. But yeah, but I love y'all, and I do want to know about the baby. So tomorrow, I'll definitely be on here on time at 6:30. I'll make sure that I'm fully settled and everything. I don't have nothing else to do. I'll be in a good mood and all because I want to know about the baby. Yeah. So yeah, I gotta get them. I gotta get their medicine in them, and get them cleaned and everything, and hopefully I get some sleep tonight, child, because I'm exhausted. I took a nap today and I haven't taken no nap. But I love y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Let me rant about everything.
Hi.
Come on, you too close. Don't breathe your air on Jackson. I'm not playing. You got hand, foot, mouth.
What? No, I don't.
Yes, you did.
You do not.
Them rashes say otherwise.
You don't know that. You are not a doctor.
Yep, I'm Dr. Google. All right, good night, y'all.